Well, this is a video I never thought I'd have to make or would expect to make because it's so frustrating to see this type of thing happen. There are now 4 players out of Euro 2020, essentially, with a potential 5th being Harry Kane of England. It is Memphis Depay, Daniel Malin, and because of the unfortunate events that took place at the Juventus versus Roma game, both Nicolo Zaniolo of Italy, who was arguably one of the most high-flying young Italian midfielders. I mean, the guy was essentially he was a baller. He was actually just a baller. Great attacking midfielder. He could play as an 8 as well. He was so good in the game. Was trying to dribble between Rabiot and De Ligt, and Rabiot caught his left knee. I think it's his left or his right knee, but confirmed ruptured cruciate, was it ruptured anterior cruciate ligament, I think is what it is actually. So unfortunately Nicolo Zaniolo will be out, and then as well half of the best defense in Europe, or not the best defense in Europe, but half of what is the potentially some of the best defenders in Europe in Merih Demiral, who was joined alongside Soyuncu all of the Euro 2020 qualifying period for Turkey. Demiral will essentially be missing Euro 2020 because he as well tore his anterior cruciate ligament. It makes no sense how 2 fantastic young players both tear their ACL in the same game, in the same half. It's just so disheartening. It's so disheartening to see it happen this way and to see it just unfold. Demiral's injury is so frustrating because he did nothing. He literally jumped in the air. He tried for a 50-50 ball in the box with Alexander Kolarov, and he came down. He even didn't look like he landed weird, but it was, yeah. I think it's his outside of his right knee is what he landed on weird, and essentially that is the end of Merih Demiral. That will be the end of all we see from him for the 2020 season, essentially. And it sucks. This really does suck because the ACL injury is such a hard one to come back from. Chelsea's Ruben Loftus-Cheek injured his ACL in a friendly last year before the Europa League final. And he hasn't been back since. He has not made an appearance since. The ACL injury is one of the hardest to come from because in football you're expected to be able to cut, to be able to jump, to be able to use your legs indefinitely. And the ACL injury essentially hinders that ability. And it's a start from scratch. It's literally a reset button on your entire knee and your leg. So it really does suck to see Demiral and Zaniolo take this hit because Italy are looking like a tasty prospect in Euro 2020, and so are Turkey. Turkey's defense, the Turkish defense itself, was amazing with Demiral and Soyuncu in it. And I still plan on making a video about Merih Demiral's defending, but unfortunately I think it's going to be popular for the wrong reasons because he is no longer able to compete for Turkey in Euro 2020. It's something that they may have to wait for the World Cup in 2022 maybe. To see him and Soyuncu together, if Soyuncu is still, at that level, at that peak. But I think Demiral is one of those players who, he definitely seems like he's going to be a long-term prospect for Juventus. He's been amazing so far this season. He was great in the game today. I mean, he scored today for Juventus in their win against Roma in a 2-1 victory. But yeah, it really does suck. It sucks to see this sort of happened to a very good player, and it just really, I mean, as well with Memphis Depay and Daniel Malin, what the hell happened? What happened? Memphis Depay tears his ACL, Daniel Malin tears his ACL. It sucks because Daniel Malin is another one of those up-and-coming players for the Netherlands, and Memphis Depay is their number 9. That's their star striker. So who is going to take that spot in Euro 2020, I have no clue for the Dutch. I have no clue. Maybe Ryan Babel gets another call-up. Maybe Justin Kluivert gets a call-up. Who freaking knows at this point, because they're going to need someone to take over the strike force because their midfield and defense is too good not for them to compete and to possibly win Euro 2020. So this just is a video that kind of sucks. It kind of sucks to have to make this. It kind of sucks to have to even talk about it. I don't enjoy doing this because Demiral is one of those players that's just so amazing. And Nicolo Zaniolo was having a great game against Juventus. So yeah, guys, I'm a little disheartened. I'm a little dumbstruck by the fact that 2 amazing young players both are out in the same freaking game. And I know it's going to be huge losses for us because now we're going to have to, see Euro 2020 without them. At least they'll maybe be fresh for next season, but who knows at this point. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.